What's up, guys? It's Fantastic Films here today, and I am back at it again with another Blu-ray Pickups. This is my second Blu-ray Pickups. I try to do them weekly, but I've been busy lately. So these are all the movies that I picked up in the last 2 weeks, I think, because I tried to add up or make up for skipping a few weeks. So here are these movies. I haven't watched all of them. I have watched most of them, but I have some special ones to talk about that I got, some that I'm really excited to watch that I can't wait to talk with you guys about. So let's dive right in, and I hope you enjoy this video. Alright, so first up we've got Batman The Dark Knight Returns Parts 1 and 2. It's the deluxe edition, so they are seamlessly blended together. Guys, I was really excited to watch this. This was my first DC animated original movie that I've ever watched. I've always been kind of hesitant towards animation. I've never really appreciated it as much. I do like some, but for the most part, I usually just prefer live action. And I was really hyped for this movie. I heard a lot of good stuff about it. And overall, I thought they were great sequences, but it was, to me, it had good sequences, but it also had some very lacking and disappointing elements to it. And I guess it really just comes down to that I'm not a huge fan of animation. I have heard great things about like Batman Mask of the Phantasm and Under the Red Hood or something like that. I've heard those are really good, and I'm still gonna check those out, but I don't think I'll buy them. Maybe Mask of the Phantasm, but this movie was very underwhelming to me, but it was still a decent movie. I also really like the artwork. The artwork is great on it. Then you flip it to the back, and this is what it looks like. You can read that if you want. Then on the inside, when you open it, you have your main feature Blu-ray disc on the right and your special features disc on the left. They are both Blu-ray, and you also get these cool poster cards. So you have one of Batman with like a lightning thing, another one of Batman, then Batman, Superman, and the Joker. I really like that one. And then this one is horizontal, which also looks pretty cool. So that is Batman The Dark Knight Returns. And up next we've got Ali. Now this is one of the films that I haven't quite seen yet. Me and my family have been really wanting to watch it together, but we just haven't found a time yet, so I'm saving it for that. But I've heard non-stop praise about this movie. I don't really know much about Muhammad Ali. I know he passed away a few years ago, really sadly, but I've heard great things about this movie, and Will Smith, this was one of his really first like standout great performances where he showed that he can really be versatile as an actor. So obviously, since I haven't seen it, I don't have a whole lot to say about it, but all I can say is I'm very excited to watch it. Now, looking at the front cover, it says this is the commemorative edition, and it's also the not rated edition. And you flip it to the back, and you have your special features and all your information. So if you want to look at that, just pause it. And when you open it up, you have your disc, and I really do appreciate disc art. I've always liked that, so that's a huge plus for this Blu-ray. Alright guys, up next we have Get Smart. Guys, I've seen this movie probably 3 or 4 times. I love this movie. It never gets old. I can't really explain it. It's just one of these movies that I just love watching. You know, it's kind of like a rainy day movie. It's sort of a guilty pleasure. It's actually a pretty well-made film. It's not great, but I love it. It's really funny. Steve Carell is great. I love Steve Carell. I've been a huge fan of him. And it's got Dwayne Johnson, and as you guys know, I love The Rock to death. So that was definitely a must-have and a must-see. And looking at the back, you've got all the information. And when you open it up, you have your DVD of the digital copy for Get Smart, and you have your Blu-ray on the right. And up next, we have Stanley Kubrick's classic 1960 Spartacus. Now, I have not seen this. I've heard this is great. Honestly, I hadn't heard much about it. I have heard that it is great, but I didn't realize it was Stanley Kubrick. So I was, kind of drifting by and found the Rite Aid, and it was only like $2. So I was like, oh yeah, I need to pick this up. So I picked it up, and I'm going to watch it soon. It's like 3 hours and 15 minutes, so that's just going to take up a lot of time, so I'm probably going to end up watching a few more movies before I watch this, but when I get the chance, I definitely will, and I can't wait to watch this. Now, this is the 50th anniversary edition, so it looks very interesting. And here's your back. And when you open it up, this is your Blu-ray, just a plain average Blu-ray disc. Kind of disappointing, but still a great movie. And my final last pickup I have is Gattaca. I saw this a few nights ago, and this actually really blew my mind. I really love this movie. It's not a super confusing movie, and it's definitely not an action movie. No, it's not like The Fifth Element or like Avatar. It's not that kind of a sci-fi movie. It's very much a drama, a suspense thriller. And this is great. Ethan Hawke is great. Uma Thurman, Jude Law, they're both great. The story is really compelling, and there's this one guy, his review I watched, I can't remember what it is, but I'll put his link to the review in the description. He gave a really solid review about this movie, and he explained it very well. No spoilers, so you don't have to worry about that if you don't want to know anything about this. I think the best way to watch this movie is without knowing anything. I was at Rite Aid, and like Spartacus, I picked this up for like $3, and well, I got them at separate times, so I picked this up for like $3, and it was really like, I didn't know anything about it. I looked it up on Google, and it's got like 86% on Rotten Tomatoes, so I was a blind buy, and I am so glad that I got this. And here's your back with all your information. Small special features, but I have to check them out, so I don't know if they are decent or not. And when you open it up, this is your disc, and it has disc art, which is cool, and you also have a picture on the left of Ethan Hawke doing some science stuff, which I can't really say what he's doing without spoiling stuff, so you'll just have to watch the movie to find out. And that is the end of my pickups video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see here, drop a like. Any comments, advice, suggestions, any ideas or suggestions of movies that I should buy or movies that I should see, please leave it down in the comments. I always read your comments, and I always get back to you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe. That way I can see you next time. Peace.